This testimony to the glory of God for terminating the spirit of death in my family. I remember sometimes in the month of June, Papa prophesied and said, I don't know what is killing the male members of your family. Let it be reversed.
Why are the male members of the family dying? Why are they dying? 3 male members of your family. If it is your family, put it on the live stream. Write it is my family. Who released that ordinance? Who spoke that word? Jakabadaya. Iron house. Let it be broken.
And I remember that my mom, we have 6 boys, and out of the 6, 3 are already gone, just left with 3 boys. So when Papa said, I don't know what is killing the main members of the family, that was now dawned to me that, yeah, we actually have lost 3 out of 6 main members of our family. I remember also that in that same month of June, Papa were praying the OX prayer consistently almost every day. Before then, it used to be maybe on Mondays, and then shortly after that, I recalled me that my brother collapsed and was rushed to the hospital and was in a coma. When they called me, I immediately remembered the prophecy that Papa made regarding death in the family, because the one born next to this one that I'm talking about now, we lost him on the same circumstance. Exactly what killed him is the one that was about, taking the life of this one. But God saved him through the word from Papa. So when they rushed him to the hospital, this time around, Papa, thank you, because you really built armies. When the other one happened, I didn't sleep all through the night. When they rushed him to the hospital, and eventually woke up, and then before you know it, had became almost mental. It was running mental, and they said he has affected his brain, and before you know it, he was gone. That's exactly the same thing that was about happening to this one. So when they called me, I didn't even panic, because I know the word has gone forth. So what I simply did was to just put my hand on the ground, pray, oh earth, you will not take the life of this one. You will not take the life. That was the only thing I was doing. I didn't even, the other one I couldn't sleep. But this one I just took a glass of wine and slept off. All I woke up the next, I didn't even call to say, how is he, how is he? I was just praying the oh earth prayer. That was the only thing. And then the family woke up. And when he woke up, they now said he couldn't even recognize anybody. Even the wife came, couldn't recognize the wife. He was even asked, who is this woman? And then that's exactly the same thing that happened to the one that we lost. The same scenario trying to play out. And then after I woke him up, after 48 hours in coma, they now said his brain has been affected. You need to go for brain test. When you ask him something, it was not, the words were not coming together. He was talking out of point. If you say 20 things, 19 and a half are out of point. Doesn't even know what to say. Doesn't recognize anybody. And they said they have to do the brain test. I said, how much is this? Over 100 something thousand. So it's not a big money, but the truth is that I said I am not spending money for that brain test. They said, why? I was asking them, who woke him up? Was it the doctor? They said no. Was it not God? They said yes. So if God woke him up, the God that woke him up will correct that brain. And they said, no, this is not a matter of faith. Remember that, this is how we lost the other one. Exactly the same thing. We cannot take it for granted. We cannot play. I said, well, the thing is that God woke him up. God does not do a partial job, a part-time job. He starts and finishes. It's the starter and the finisher. He doesn't start what he does not finish. It was obvious that he needed that brain correction. But I insisted that I'm not going to send money, because God who started it will finish it. Days after, this guy came back, and at the end of the day, we didn't do any brain test. He came back to his normal self, composed. He is back to work. His life is back. Papa, I say, the Lord is correct, waiting correct. Papa, the oil on your head will never run dry.